So, this yellow EX Vegeta just got a Zenkai, along with his event being revamped a couple hours ago. Let's check them both out now. Alright, so going to his event, you'll see that's fairly similar to the Nappa and the Raditz. This event has 18 stages, split among the normal and hard difficulties, and these last stages are the really important ones. So the top stage is the daily bonus battle stage, and you will get 100 awakening Z power for the character every day there. This middle one right here is the 500. Well, no. This middle one right here is the awakening battle stage, and this is where if you want to farm for the awakening Z power, this is where you can do it at. And this last one right here is this challenge battle, which you get 50 crystals for completing for the first time. So when you're doing this event, I recommend that you complete all the stages, of course, but also complete all the challenges along when you're completing the stages, because that will also net you awakening Z power. And I think if you complete all the challenges for all the stages, you'll get around 500 awakening Z power from the missions, which combined with the 700 I think you get from completing the bonus battle stage one time and the awakening battle stage one time, that'll give you around 1200 awakening Z power, which will be enough to get you Zenkai 1 the first day. So that's what you want to do. I mean, other than that, there's not a whole lot to this event. Just pretty much play the event. Beat it all the way through. It wasn't that hard to complete all the challenges or even get through the stages if you had like Zenkai, Nappa, and Raditz, which you probably should, because why wouldn't you have those? So it wasn't really that hard to get through. So now let's go to the actual event news page. And here you'll see that he actually has a new equipment for this event, which same thing with the Nappa, he had a new equipment too. So this equipment offers base strike defense on the first slot, 5 to 15%, base blast attack, 5 to 12%, and base blast defense, 5 to 12%. That's pretty nice. And the third slot, which is the best, is 2 to 5% to blaster attack per episode Saiyan Saga or tag Frieza Force battle member when this character enters the battlefield. So, I mean, that's pretty good because he is a blast unit, so that's about max. You can get 10% extra blast attack for this last slot, which is pretty good. So this might not be the best equipment that you can run for him, but if you run him on the right team that will align with this equipment, then this will be pretty good. Also, another thing, if you did not have the Vegeta at 14 stars already, you get around 3000 awakening Z power my bad, you get around 3000 Z power for completing the event normally and doing the extra missions, if I can pull them up here. Oops. Yeah, like here. Like, I already claimed a lot of the missions, but here you can see that there's some ones right here. We have to KO a certain amount of characters or clear a story 30, 40, 50 times. Yeah. So that's about it for the actual event. Oh wait, one more thing. I forgot. The most important thing for some people is the crystals. So if you complete all of the missions for this event, you'll get 1,000 chrono crystals, which is pretty good, especially with Black Friday coming up. So I already claimed 2 of the missions myself, but I still have 3 remaining. And yeah, this event is definitely worth your while because first up is another free Zenkai. Who doesn't like free Zenkais? Also, I think from looking at what he does, he's actually better than the Nappa and the Raditz. So that's good because the Nappa, he can, he's kind of one-sided. Does a lot of strike damage, but his blast damage is poor. He takes a lot of strike damage. His blast defense is alright. But if I check limit status, I mean, he's looking pretty good. So his blast attack is 255, which is actually better than the Raditz's blast attack. His strike attack is 235, which I think is around the same as the Raditz. Health, I think 2,425,000. It's pretty good. Defenses, those are actually some really good defenses for a free Zenkai unit. Yeah, it's pretty good defenses. So he actually has powerful opponent, so he'll work with the actual new units that just came out. So that's definitely another thing too. His strike and blast are normal. His Gallic gun, it does 10% extra blast damage received. It gives 10% extra blast damage received to like an enemy when you use the Gallic gun compared to how it was before. In this green card, the special move damage, the extra special move damage is the new buff to the green card. Now moving on to his main ability. Before it used to just be 35% to own key recovery. Now you draw a special move arts card and restore your own key by 50, plus that key recovery, which I really think is nice. I prefer it better than the Raditz and the Nappa's main ability, to be honest. Because that special move card, especially you pop a green, get that 20% extra damage. So you're gonna be hitting hard. Z ability has been the same. It's 28% to yellow, base strike and blast defense during battle. Not the greatest, but hey, what can you do? Zenkai ability maxed out is 30% for yellow extremes, 30% to strike and blast attack to yellow extremes. So, you should have kind of expected that from Raditz and Nappa. And now move on to the most interesting part, the unique abilities. So starting off with not even a challenge, it seems like it applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. It attacks Sane or attack Frieza Force battle member other than his characters in the party. 20% to blast damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. And you reduce damage received by 10% for 10 timer counts. So this is a time limited ability, but you probably are going to be running this guy with a Sane or another Frieza Force, or you could even run the 3 Frieza Force Saiyans, which is the team I plan to run them on the most. So you'll definitely be getting that extra blasted damage buff, nice, and you get that 10% damage reduction. That's also nice. And then you got this other part of this unique ability. It's 20% to damage inflicted when one allied character is defeated. Cannot be cancelled. So that's so it seems like he's definitely going to be better for like a last standing unit. Because you look at the second part of this unique, it's 40% to blast damage inflicted to when 2 allied characters are defeated. So that's pretty cool. Now moving on to the next unique, applies the following effect to self once 30 timer counts have elapsed from battle start. So 35% to blast damage inflicted and -5 to strike and blast arts cards. Now this is pretty nice right here. It is time gated, so that kind of stinks. But you can still make it work. You definitely can still make it work. Like if you do happen to last to 150, Yeah, blast to 150 counts. When the timer says 150, you will get -5 to strike and blast. So your strikes will cost 13, and your blast will cost 23. So that's really good. Okay, now yeah, sadistic smirk, which applies the following effect to his health every time this character defeats an enemy. So you draw a blast arch card and you restore ki by 30. So you definitely want to be taking out enemies with this guy, apparently, because that's just going to ramp his event damage up more. He's going to get more cards, he's going to get more ki. So pretty much, I feel the ideal situation is that your other two units get washed and you're left with this guy. You get that 40% extra damage, right? And then you take out an enemy, one of your enemies, and then you get another, you get a blast arch card, and you get extra 20% damage on top of that 40% for your two allies being finished. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's the ideal situation that this could be used, I feel, but who knows. And you have the last unique, which is a prince's presence, which applies the following effects to allies per battle member other than this character when this character enters the battlefield. So basically, it restores ki by 20 and gives 10% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts and 20% to ki recovery for 15 timer counts. This wording is kind of odd. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what it means by the wording, but yeah, it seems pretty decent. So overall, I think this guy's pretty good. I think he's definitely better than the Raditz and the Nappa. So that's a good thing. This stat wise, and I think he's a good character to round off this team. The triple EX Saiyan Saga Frieza Force units. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. The event, fairly easy. Just make sure you complete all the challenges while you're completing the stages, so you don't have to go back. Yeah, it's gonna ask. I think starting in hard mode, it's gonna want you to use green characters a lot. So because the enemies are actually purple. Like the enemy is purple or enemies. So like here, yeah, it's gonna ask you to battle with one green character. I think one stage says battle with two green characters and then do two characters or less. So it's definitely not that hard, and the rewards you get from it, you get 1,000 Chrono Crystals if you complete all the missions for this event, which not the hardest thing to do. You do have to get them Zenkai 7 to complete all the missions, so that's the thing. But if you're just playing this over time, playing this event over time, day by day, just trying to get 100 Awakening Z power day by day, you should be fine. And you'll get them to Zenkai 7 in about 2 months, which seems like a lot of time, but it'll go by quickly, because in like a month and a half it's going to be Christmas celebration or holiday celebration. So yeah, that's pretty much it. He seems pretty good. Got him Zenkai 1 already. Yeah, so if you like this video, you should probably subscribe and like it, because you like it. And name's Genkidama. I'll be back for more videos. The next Extreme Clash raid, I'm definitely making a video on that, and the next Extreme Zenkai. And I might make some PvP videos too. I want to become a thing, so yeah, you should definitely subscribe. Yeah. Goodbye.